In this video, we're going to match equations of lines to graphs. So by the end of this video, you should be able to match the equation of some lines to a graph that you're going to be provided with. So here's the type of problem we're going to be looking at. Which equation is represented by the graph? And you're given I, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 in Roman numerals. And you're asked which one of those actually matches the graph that you're given. So is it 1 and 2? 1 only? 1, 2, and 4? 1 and 4 only? So in order to figure this out, one way we can do this is by getting y by itself for all the equations and then putting the equations in the graphing calculator and graphing them in the calculator to see if they match. But there is that catch. We will have to get y by itself for all of the equations. Good news is if we look at number 1, and also at number 3, you'll notice those are already got y by itself, so we don't actually have to get y by itself in those two. So we're going to get y by itself in number 2 and number 4. So for number 2, to get y by itself, it's a pretty easy process. There's only one term on the left-hand side of the equal sign with the y. It's the plus 4. We can get rid of that plus 4 by subtracting 4 from both sides, and it's really easy. We just literally will write minus 4 at the end of that equation. Since we're going to put it in the calculator doesn't really care if we make it look real nice and neat. So we don't have to do any distributing or anything. We can just write minus 4, and we're done. Y is by itself. For number 4, notice we have 2x minus 3y equals 12, and we need to get y by itself. Now to do this, we've got to get rid of the x first. So it's a positive 2x. I'm going to get rid of that positive 2x by subtracting 2x's from both sides. 2x minus 2x cancels. Going to be left with negative 3y is equal to negative 2x, and that's plus 12. We can't combine the negative 2x with the 12 because they are not like terms. The negative 2x has an x, the 12 does not. Now what we need to do is divide all of our terms by negative 3, since it's negative 3 times y, so we divide everything by negative 3. And we get y is equal to negative over negative gives us a positive 2/3 x, plus 12 over negative 3 is going to be minus 4. Now I'm going to write that 2/3 in parentheses, which is going to help us when we type it into the calculator. So this should leave us with these equations here. So go ahead and get your graphing calculator, and you want to turn it on and go to your y equals screen and go ahead and clear out whatever is there. Press clear. We're going to graph these one at a time. So type out exactly what you see on the screen or on the problem. So number 1, we're going to see if 1 is a match. So we're going to type parentheses, which is below the cosine button, 2 divided by 3, parentheses. So to get the 2/3, you're going to write, your calculator thinks fractions are division, which they kind of are. So you're going to go parentheses 2 divided by 3, parentheses. Okay. Type your x, which is next to the green alpha button. Type minus 4. And then you're going to go ahead and hit the graph button. And we're going to see if, from what we can tell, it looks like it's a match. So here's our graph, here's that graph. It looks like it's a pretty good match. So to tell for absolute sure, you can go to your table, second graph, and let's match some points. 0, negative 4. Yep, that matches up. We can match another point. So 0, negative 4 matched. And we need to match at least one other point. 3, negative 2. So 3, negative 2. Yep, that's a match too. So we know for sure that the first answer choice is indeed correct. So we know at least one is going to work. Now we need to check 2, 3, and 4. So let's go ahead and go in our calculator. We repeat the same process over again. So this time we go to our y equals screen. And we clear it out. And we type out the second equation. So we go 2/3. 2 divided by 3. And then we go x minus 6. And then we go minus 4. We press graph. And we see if it's a pretty good match. And, well, it doesn't really look like it. Let's make absolute sure. So we go to our table again. 0, -8. No, that's not a match. The point on the y-axis is 0, -4 for the blue line, so that one does not match at all. Plus, the graph really didn't look like a good match either. So, number 2 is off the list of possible solutions. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. You're going to type number 3 in. Same process. We go x minus 6, parentheses, parentheses, x plus 4, close your parentheses, click the graph button, and this one's not going to be a match at all. It's actually a quadratic equation, not linear. So 3's off the list, and that leaves us with just 4 to check so far. So we're going to go, oh wait, 4 is exactly the same as 1. So we know 1 and 4 both work, which means our answer is D. So let's repeat what we did. Let's go back over that real quick before I give you one to work on your own. The first thing you're going to do is you are going to get y by itself in every equation where it's not by itself. So we went through that whole process. After we do that, we type the equations in the calculator, we graph them, make sure the graph matches. If it looks like the graph matches, we check the table just to make absolute sure. And we cross out the answer choices that don't match. And we'll eventually be left with the correct answer. Now, here's one for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video, work it out, and press play when you're ready to see the answer. Alright, for this one, I got number 3 being the only correct equation. If you want to take a look at how to get those equations by themselves, just to be absolutely sure, if we take a look at number 4, we can just subtract 2 from both sides. So subtract 2, and we get y is equal to -1/2 x minus 2. And for number 3, when we get y by itself, we have -4y minus 2x equals -8. You add 2x to both sides, giving us -4y is equal to 2x minus 8. And then we divide everything by -4, which I will complete up here. So we have -4y equals 2x minus 8. Divide all the terms by -4. And we're left with y is equal to -1/2 x minus 8 over -4 is a plus 2. And that one was a match when you typed in the calculator and graphed it. Or, just a quick hint, if you remember your slope-intercept form, crosses the y-intercept at 2, rise over 1 is down 1, right 2. Another way to tell it's a match. So again, the answer for this one was 3 only.